Hi, neighbor. How are you? How's everybody doing on this fine Monday afternoon? I want to welcome everybody. I appreciate the fact that you are here for story time, OSA story time, even. So, um, who's here? I know I got people here, but say hi, everybody. Let me know you're here. Are we just spying? Oh, it is truly OSA story time. I see. I see. Well, that works too. So, I don't know what my hat's doing. Well, by golly and by gosh, there is our old friend Lisa from Jersey. Hello, Mimsy. How are you? It is good to see you. So, thank you. Thank you for being the first to publicly say hi. Um, I know we got a few more than that. That's okay. I'm not going to belabor the point, but I do, as everybody knows, have my very own banana phone. Hello, everyone. So, um, story time. I wanted to share a story with everybody that's here and everybody that's not here, and you know, those who are not live are going to be missing out here. So that's okay. Um, where to begin? Where to begin? Hmm. I will say this. Did I freeze up? No, I just didn't have anything to say. Um, I'm not going to. I'm not going to address Aaron's lives from this week. He spoke, and he has every right to that. And I'm not. I will say Aaron and I don't always agree on things, and that's okay. But that's not. I'm not going to spend time belaboring that point. Oh yes, Ev, green eggs and turkey stuffing, absolutely. Maybe green turkey and green gravy and I don't know, but it actually makes sense. So anyway, yeah, it's a fun little story, and it goes back about a year, just a little over a year. Um, I my channel is actually a year and a week and 2 days old. 1 year, 1 week, 2 days, something like that. Whatever the would have been April 27th. So yay! Uh, but anyway, um, so back a little before that. Well, I'll spare you all conception because I don't know that you guys want to hear the story of my birth. Um, it was in a manger with Gertie. About well, so I started this journey, the anti Scientology journey, about honestly, it was about three and a half years ago. Three, closer to three. I wasn't Denver Stevo back then. Oh no. And I also wasn't somebody who really commented much. And if you guys are familiar with a lot of Aaron's older stuff, it wasn't lives; it was recorded. So it was yeah. So you could put a comment in down below or just not, and I just didn't. But Aaron was getting into the lives or doing some of the live stuff, and I was watching more and more of his videos, and then there was a point where he had Mark Headley on. I think Mark was actually in LA for the first Danny Masterson trial. And Mark was there for, I don't know if it was a couple days or a week, and he was like the reporter on the scene. I'm Mark Headley, blah, blah, blah. And back at the time, they had a really good rapport. The two of them had a lot of fun together. And as things kind of developed, then all of a sudden, Mark and Aaron were doing streams together. And then that started to become the Monday night. It was like the duo. It was a duo, and then it was the three amigos, and then it became the four amigos with Claire. And then as they were doing their thing, we started doing the what was it called? We were the Nutty Never Ends. We were the Notorious Never Ends. Pretty much anything Natalie has as a shirt, we probably called ourselves that for a week or two. And that's not saying she stole anything. I mean, it just is. But yeah, we just kind of revolved through any N word. Yeah. And created those names. So, but and that all started I guess Chad and Alex, Apostate Alex, the two of them, Clearwater Chad and Apostate Alex, were talking probably on a post stream, and they were talking about, hey, we should just do a late night telethon or tubathon or whatever we want to call it for the Aftermath Foundation. And I think Chad just decided, I kind of want to get in on this first. So he just dove in, and I think it was a Tuesday night. I could be wrong. I know it was either a Sunday, a Tuesday, or a Thursday, because the next day would have been a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. How I know that, it's crazy, but it would actually have been the I would have been going into dialysis that morning, and I ended up skipping. But so anyway, Chad just jumps in and says, "Okay, I'm doing this telethon, this chatathon," and he's just kind of sitting there doing his thing, painting his palm trees, having a heck of a good time. And there was a point where Chad just kind of, he's going, "Come on, guys, come join on in. I'll send you the code." And then there was a point where Chad just kind of looks, he goes, "I don't know if I'm going to make it all night." And I think Marilyn and I both, I can only imagine that she thought the same thing that I thought, which was, holy hell, let's jump on in and keep him company. So I think she got in there a little bit before me. And then I hopped in as well. And then, yeah, the three of us ran. Chad ran a whole 10 and a half hours. I think we were just kind of waiting for StreamYard to shut down, but it never did. And we were doing so that happened, and then we did our post show after the Monday night, 3 amigos, 4 amigos, 12 amigos, all of that. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun doing it for the time that we did it. And somewhere in there, because this was before I was doing lives, doing my own solo lives, I remember I was watching one of, I'm pretty sure it was one of Mark and Claire's Tuesday night things. For anybody who was around at that time, you probably remember the Shoops and the little baby Davy or the Captain Davy stuff. There were a couple of different things. Oh, and there was the where are we going to put Mike's bobblehead? Where are we going to take pictures of it? So that's right. It was the Captain Davy Shoops, and then it was the 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 other thing I just said, the Mike bobbleheads. And there were some amazing ones. Like Mike's bobblehead was in front of Golden Era Productions, and Mike's bobblehead was in front of all of these different orgs. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, and then the Shoops, my God, the Shoops just got crazy. Somewhere on one of those, and if you remember me at the time, I was very, very active in the chats. I did a lot of super chats to both Mark and Aaron and Mike when he got his channel as well. And yeah, so that was kind of how I got to be known. Was just super chatting and saying hi, and it also smells like poo and ha ha ha. And I was buying things from the Blown for Good store and the SP shop. Now this was before there was before everybody had these fourth wall merch stores. Which, by the way, go on ahead. Click on, do something, buy some merch. Got some great merch down there for you. And hit that like button, everybody. So I was buying some stuff, and then there was a point where Mark Headley goes, I think Denver Steve-O doesn't actually live in Denver. I think he lives closer to us. Which, true story, I live in the small backwater village town, valley town that the Headleys live in. But when I first moved here, I moved into Denver, and so you create an online persona. I had my Denver Steve-O at Gmail, and I'm not going to change it to Colorado Springs Steve-O or Larkspur Steve-O or any of these other goofy Colorado towns. I'm going to stick with Denver. It's not that far away. And when he said that, and I was watching, and I'm like, I figured you would have known that months ago because I've been buying stuff from the store. Well, I realized Claire probably knew that, but didn't, I am not pillow talk. So there was none of that, Denver Steve-O actually lives in our town. Whatever. So I wasn't hurt by that. But anyway, Mark made that revelation and goes, I think he lives down the street. And then somewhere in there, he I don't know if it was the same stream or a different stream. He goes, Denver Steve-O, you and I should do lunch. And I go, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, yeah. The guy from the show who worked on movies, and I'm not just talking about Scientology training films. I'm talking, he did some movies after that, and his bike was in, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I'm like, yeah, dude doesn't want to have lunch with me. I'm like, okay. And then a week later on the next stream, I send a super chat. And he was like, Denver Steve-O, we need to do lunch. Email me. Okay. Sure. Okay. Hi, Marla. Yes. Yes. Steve, who lives near Denver. I do. I got to show you guys my new personalized license plates too, but I don't have them up here with me, so I won't. But anyway, the story. So I'm like, yeah. So he's like, email me. I'm like, all right. So I email. He responds back, and we decide, yeah, let's meet on said day, said time, said place. All right. And we do. I pull in and I walk in, and I felt like such a fool because, as always is the case, when you're looking for somebody in the lobby, you walk in the door and you look to the left, but they're to the right, or you look to the right, but they're to the left, or whatever. So I'm looking around. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And I see on the side of my eye, I see this waving, and I look. Oh, look, there's Mark Headley. So, so we have lunch. Great couple hours, chatty chat. As you all know, he has great stories. It was a great time. It was a fun couple hours, and yeah, good lunch, and that was that. Onward. I went home to work. He went to his shop to work, and that was it. For about the next 6 months, that was it. Of course, occasionally I would shoot he and Claire an email. Hey, did you see this Scientology article? Of course, they had 10,000 people emailing them the same thing. So, Claire would always respond and go, yeah, just saw it. Thanks. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. I know you have tons of these in your inbox right now. And that happened every once in a while. And Claire emailed me once because she was asking a question about, I forget what it was, but it was a question about something that had happened in one of the chats. Good thing, not a bad thing. There was not like a fight or anything like that. It was, but she had asked me a question. And I just remember going, "Oh my God, I got an email from a Headley." And yeah, that was that. And then September comes around. I think it was September. I think it was the beginning of September. It may have even been August. They had the Captain Davies started showing up, right? And they had, if you remember, and I'm sure it's still set up that way, but if you remember, it had like 500 different names, and you could order it as whatever name, excuse me, sorry, Davy, in whatever name. You could, Captain Davy of the fake Space Navy, Captain Davy Poopy Pants, or, right? There are all of those different names. So, and they were sending a free Captain Davy to any of the YouTube content creators that requested one, or that they had the contact information for. So they just mailed them out. I also, at the same time, because I wanted to give some away on the Xenu Nation streams, I ordered 5 more, and they sent me a box with. So there was a box that had all the Davies in there, and then there was another, somehow I forget how they shipped the little coffin boxes that they come in. But I opened up that box, the box of the extra 5, and there was written in the flap, there was, Claire told me you needed 5 more. I have no idea why you would want them, so I threw in an extra one. And sure enough, there were 6 in that box, right there. So great. And that was, I think that was beginning of September. As we started kind of moving through the next couple months, I realized I needed more. 6 was not enough to give away. I wasn't going to give away my cherished Davy, so I needed some more. So I emailed Claire. I said, "Hey, Claire, I need a few more. I'd love to get 5 more from you. Would it make more sense if I picked them up as opposed to you mailing them, they leaving our town, go up to Denver, come back? I'm spending money on shipping." That was my selfish reason. I didn't want to pay for the shipping. Because then you get the box of the Davies, and then you get the other foldy things that aren't folded at the time. And so, and she responded back. She's like, "Yeah, how about, Sunday or Monday or whatever it was. I forget what day." And I'm like, "Absolutely. Let's do the Sunday. Coming back, just getting my hair cut because yes, ball cap hair, hat head does require some good cutting." So, yeah. Brenda, I was a little. I'll be honest. At the time, and I won't lie, I was still at the point where I was fanboy. Right at by the time we did lunch, I'll tell you. By the time I left that lunch with him, and this was early April of last year, might have even been the end of March. But I'll tell you, by the time I left, I wasn't fanboying anymore. It's like, this is the guy, right? He's got great stories. He's lived through a crazy life, but he's just a guy. Yeah, it was good. It was just a nice interaction. So anyway, we're in now. We're in end of October, and I'm Clara said, "Come on over, pick up some Davies." So that afternoon, then whatever, and I think it was a Sunday actually. Now that I think about it, I go driving up, and there's Claire with this. She's standing outside with these 5 coffins of Davies, and so when I see her as I'm pulling up, I'm like, okay, she just wants to throw these in the car and tell me to get the hell out. And that would have been okay. She does not. She kindly, gently puts them in the seat. I believe she even seat belted them in for me in the passenger side seat. So I think I chuckled just like this. And as soon as she was done, Mark comes flying out. He was in the house. He comes flying out. "Oh, good to see you. Good to see you." And we just start talking. Just the 3 of us. First in front of the car, and then I think they realized that my weak old man legs were giving in, and so like, why don't we go sit down on the patio or rock yard? I don't know what it is, but it had 3 chairs, and so we went and sat down and talked. I started telling, and I was telling them. I think first Mark asked me, "Why the hell do you need so many of these Davies?" I went, let me tell you. So, and then we started talking. I started talking to them about my health issues. They had not seen a stream that I had done a handful of weeks earlier that would kind of talked about my kidney issues and some of the other things that I've kind of gone through. So I let them know that. And anyway, we're just talking back and forth. It's just a kind of a conversation. And at some point, they mentioned, this is like the last free weekend that they have going into the holidays. And I'm like, this is a hint for me to leave. And I'm like, oh, and but no. And they start telling me, son number 1 has this, son number 2 has this, and kind of giving me the list. And then Thanksgiving, which I think it was, I think we were talking on the last week of October. So it was what, like 3 weeks till Thanksgiving. And they start going, yeah, last year we had like 35 people here. It looks like we're going to have more. And then Mark looks at me and goes, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Aside from sitting on my couch, eating ground turkey tacos and watching Netflix with my dogs, not much. And they invited me to Thanksgiving. Just it was very nice. And that was it. It was just, they just said, would you like to come? And absolutely. I mean, it's 40 plus people, and they know that it's going to be bigger. And yeah, of course I would. I mean, if anybody would ask me, right? I mean, but that was I thought it was a very nice thing. Yeah, for the next 3 weeks, nothing. They did their things. I did my things. It's just kind of blah. And of course, Thanksgiving was Thursday, because Thanksgiving is always on Thursday. The 23rd of November. If you recall, on Monday, the 20th of November, was when, if I had a scissors here, I would cut off little Captain Davy's head, because that was kind of when the world exploded, right? That's when Aaron got online early in the day from London, early in the day U.S. time, and let us know that he had been let go from the Aftermath Foundation. That afternoon was, of course, the cringy conversation. That one. But that was the first time that I knew that I had any idea or any inkling that Mike was going to be there for Thanksgiving. And he was. I mean, we saw it on that Monday that he was in the same studio that Mark was. And then it got me thinking and remembering something that Amy and Claire had said a couple weeks before when they were doing their show, their All Things Scientology show. And they were kind of going through the schedule. They're like, well, next week we'll be on Thursday instead of Wednesday. And then the week after, we'll have to figure that one out. We're not sure. And all of a sudden that popped into my head. I went, oh, so Amy and Matt are going to be there too. I had no idea. But I'm not going to now go, screw you guys. One, I thought it was a nice offer. Two, yeah, I like these people. So, and obviously as the next couple of days went, factions kind of started to form, and I hate to phrase it that way, but that's kind of what happened, right? There's just people, it started with kind of I'm disappointed, or, oh, you did the, and it really, things really started to separate, I don't want to call it sides. Everybody calls it sides. I've called it sides, but things kind of pulled apart. I was invited. I was actually, come Thursday, I was still very excited. I mean, and it was, yeah. So I get there, I try to meet everybody, and I say try to meet everybody. There were a lot of people, neighbors, friends, family. But I did get a chance to meet Mike, meet Christy, meet Amy, meet Matt. I spent a couple extra minutes in the pre sitting down and eating type thing, talking to Matt, because Matt and I had done a stream a couple months before. part of um, my origin stories, kind of, telling stories from first generation Scientologists or first generation. Yeah, that's right. Ex Scientologists who were first generation. So Matt and uh, Mitch. There are a lot more that I haven't had a chance to sit down with, but those were the two that I had a chance to speak with. Anyway, Matt was there, so we talked for a little bit. I found out that he is as not into football as I am, but we will watch and we will get excited if there's a reason to. But that's that's kind of something we had in common. It's like, I don't know, football, yeah, okay, well, whatever. Taylor Swift's dating somebody. That's all I know. By the way, her new album, those all 31 songs. Hide the razors, folks. Just saying. So, so yeah, and then it's dinner, and you can imagine, just several tables, find a place where you can, and about the next conversation that I had with the group was as I was leaving, and I came over, and Amy was joking with me about my Sleeping with Steve-O series. She's like, "What was that all about?" And I said, it was a very smart thing. I told her the story of how I started Sleeping with Steve-O to get the watch hours, just let the thing run all night, let the camera run, and if people are in there, it collects watch hours, and then I kept it going because people were actually conversing. So we joked about that a little bit. There was something with a phone, and look at that guy's picture. He looks like somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a sports person, but that was it. A couple of handshakes, and by the way, Amy's a hugger. And that was it. And that's really the last time that I've spoken with most of them. And by most of them, I mean, sure, I've harassed Claire every once in a while, and harassed Matt, or not Matt, harassed Mark every once in a while, but that's been it. I'm in a good mood today, so I'm trying to be nice, and yet still be honest here. The reason that I'm telling this story is this story has been, I guess the best word is weaponized against me. I told one person about this months and months and months ago. After it had happened, but I don't know how long after. Maybe about a month after, probably right. And apparently, my doing this was my being invited to Thanksgiving and going was a betrayal. I don't understand that, and I don't understand why my personal life matters. I did not go to Thanksgiving with the Aftermath board. I did not go to Thanksgiving and meet with the Aftermath. They didn't even in those few minutes that we had. I was talking to another guy who was, I think, from Texas. We were watching football after dinner, and I spent like 2 hours chatting with him. But yeah, I mean, the point being, I mean, there was none of this conversation. There was none of this, you know. They did not talk. Maybe they did, but not to me. About all of the stuff that had been going on for those first 2 or 3 days. Nor was it my place to ask, and I didn't. So I found out about a month and a half ago that the person that I told had told somebody else. At least one other person. So I sit here and I go, okay, for going to this holiday dinner that I was invited to, I betrayed a trust. Yet I told somebody in confidence, and they didn't make, and that wasn't a violation of my trust. Yeah. But that's not really why I'm here. Why I'm here, why I'm telling this story is because I want everybody to know that's not a secret. Hey, everybody. I had Thanksgiving with Mark, Claire, Mike, Christy, Amy, Matt. I was trying to remember some of the neighbors' names so I could rattle them off. And 40 plus other people. It's not a big deal. So, but it also, so let me do this. So I wanted to say that. I wanted to just get that out and make sure everybody understood. It's not, I don't care that anybody knows. So, but at the same time, I'm not doing this to point fingers to say, hey, you're up this time. You're up now. It's just, it doesn't matter. And to be honest, so much of this doesn't matter. And I wish that we as a collective could just get back to that focus. That, am I blurry? Blurry. There we go. Sorry. I hate when I have to do that. It just doesn't matter. I mean, the reason that Marilyn and I aren't friends anymore is not because I betrayed her or she betrayed me. It's because we couldn't communicate. We came from two different worlds. And, I came from a world where, family poked at each other, right? I'm surprised I'm not Italian. But I come from a family where it's Man. Tell me. We're going to fight this out, right? We're going to yell this out. And as a single, not a single, that's the wrong, as an only child, when Marilyn referred to me, and she did for a while, we got along swimmingly. She referred to me as her little brother. And so I guess I read into that, oh, hey, we're family. Poke, poke, poke. Let's fight this out. Are you mad at me? Let's yell. Let's yell back and forth. She was not the same way. And I didn't respect that. Or I didn't understand that. And I would say that it probably worked both ways. So, so we're not friends anymore. Okay. That said, there have been some things that I have said that I think have been misunderstood, misconstrued. I've probably not communicated it right. I've been saying for months that I'm neutral. And some have decided that because of this Thanksgiving situation, or because I'm speaking in generalities, that I can't be neutral. And I've been thinking about this. I really have. And I'll say you're right. I'm not neutral. Neutral is Switzerland. Neutral stands there and goes, "Hey, everybody, come on in, enjoy our money, enjoy our chocolates, and go away." And we're not going to fight. We're not part of the fight. I've taken the other approach. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you. And oh, by golly, I will fight you. It's not being neutral. I think the appropriate term is nonpartisan. Do I have a cigar? Nonpartisan, yes. See? Hello, Mimsy. But nonpartisan's a little bit different, right? It's right. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm something in the middle. But I got to get my shit's got to get done. Whatever. It's which is why I have comfortably pointed fingers in multiple directions. I stumbled upon. There's a lot of stuff out there. I'll just say that. But hi to anybody who, yeah. Just lost my train of thought there. Go figure. I want the knife. Golden Child. Yes. Eddie Murphy, 1987, Golden Child. Fantastic movie. Fantastic. Yeah, Popey. It's fight everyone. That's right. That seems to be the good solution. But no, What I've tried to say in past streams is, and I answered somebody actually last week in my comments after last Saturday's stream, and they said, "I can do this if I want. I can do this when I want. I can do this." My answer was, "Yeah, you can, but shit not gonna work the way we want it to work if you do that without using judgment and control." I'm paraphrasing. I certainly did not say that exactly, but that was the point I was making. Was, yeah, there's stuff that you can. I mean, that's my argument. That's always been my argument. Is, I'm not telling anybody they can't say anything. This is America, or the free world, or the first world, or wherever you're from. And quite honestly, you can say whatever you want. I don't know if that always applies in Germany, but you can. And we're at a point in society where we've really pushed the envelope and pushed the boundaries and realized, well, we can do this, and yes, we can. Sorry if you heard my chin there. Yes, we can, but hey, Alex, good to see you, bud. But what we say and what we do always has consequences. Always. And yeah, sometimes those aren't the consequences we want. So I don't plan on standing here and saying, and I don't know that I ever have, say, you're doing it wrong, you need to shut up. I've probably implied that, and I understand. I understand where that could be interpreted. Noted. But I do want to make sure that everybody understands that there are those consequences there. And again, please hear me when I say I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you. I'm not letting anybody off the hook here. I'm not saying, how dare you I don't know. How dare you, Laura FM? She's like the least attacky person there. So picked on Laura. I'm sorry, Laura. I love you. Or Janice Gillum Grady. How did again? But yeah. So anyway, the point, I've said my piece. I will still, if I think that things have gone awry, I will voice opinion. I have, what was it, Saturday night? Aaron had his stream. I said this was not going to be about Aaron. I'm really just using him as an example. Aaron did his stream. Aaron presented new information. Do I agree with that information? Not all of it. There were some receipts and there was some speculation, and not all of I would say not all of the holes were, or whatever puzzle pieces were filled in, but there were some things there. He did his thing. Since then, there has been rehashing after rehashing after rehashing after rehashing of his stream. No new information, just additional speculation, which takes things off the rails. Right? That's what I have issue with. I don't have an issue with, well, I do, but I think we all have issue with the people who speak the opposite as we speak. We don't like it, right? But I don't have as much problem with that, and I think everybody has that right. Everybody has that right. But when we just repeat over and over and over, rinse, what is it? Lather, rinse, repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. It's just, is there a point? Especially when it's somebody else's thing. I'm not saying it's a Scientology thing, so never in, stay out. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when this is Aaron's battle, do we need all of these random retellings and respeculatings? I would say no. Today, before I started, and it almost changed my mood, I watched somebody that I don't always get along with or don't always agree with. I like them. I enjoy watching them, but I don't always agree with them. They had gone and found an article, one of those, what are those things called? Is that the real Laura FM? Hold on. What did I do? Oh, it's Brenda. Sorry, I saw Brenda saying her name. I saw somebody had found a blog post that was making a certain point, and then criticized that blog post because the subject's name wasn't mentioned enough. You know, so-and-so was mentioned 8 times, so-and-so was mentioned 4, but this person was mentioned only twice. Really? The content of the article is about the bad stuff that happened. I understand we don't like this person. They are not good people. I mean, in the blah 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 of public opinion, the person who wrote this is not a good person. However, this was a good article that kind of addressed the things around Lisa McPherson. And because Lisa's name was only mentioned a few times, Why did we spend an entire stream attacking this person? They did something good this time. Sorry. They did something good this time. And we're attacking them because they're them. That's what that is what November 20th, 2023 has become. We blame people because they are them, because they are associated, because they've touched something. Oh my God, I saw you in the Discord that one time. You must be evil. Oh my God, you spoke in a stream of that crazy person. You must be evil. You had Thanksgiving with these people. You must be evil. You must be on their side. You must be. No, people. Do you know how stupid, and I'm sorry, do you know how dumb we look from the outside? And it is because, and I'm sorry, I will use the same words over and over, and these are words that people have backed off on. We are infighting. We are, I guess infighting. I don't know. Okay, I lost my anger there a little bit. But we look so foolish fighting each other. Yes, there are reasons that are justified. I don't like it, but it is justified. If I had my way, we would focus every second of our energy on Scientology, burn them to the ground, and then we can turn on those within who need to answer. That's not letting them off the hook. That's just using them with it. Just using all of our resources to take down Scientology. You get the idea. If I had my way, I 100% accept that that's not how it's going to be. And that's fine. And that's fine. I understand that. I get that. I accept that. I don't have to have my way. I'm not the petulant child that some think that I am. Usually. But oh shit, where was I? Yeah, I lost it. I completely lost my train of thought there. That's brain fog. That's just brain fog for you. So, love it. What was the last thing I was saying before I lost my train of thought? Or Lisa, or Bo, or Brenda. You're the first four names I see. Yeah. Anyway, I don't need to prolong or get back to it. I mean, yeah, this is, this is the first world. This is the free world. We are able to say what we want to say. Um, my issue becomes when it's being repeated over and over, or when we are by those who are not. Oh, so and so told us a story about their life. I am going to also tell you the story about his life. That's eh, nah. And then when we hunt down, when we decide we are looking for reasons to, and I'm talking really slow now, when we're looking for reasons to hate. Um, it is gabapentin, Lisa. It's between gabapentin and the dialysis brain fog. Yeah. Um, anyway, those are the issues. Those are really the I think the bigger issues that I have. Sure, we all have a right to say things, to say, but let's be original. I can't, not I, but speaking as a generic content creator, I can't get clicks and views without putting Rinder's name in my title. And then being all negativity, and repeating somebody else's story, because I'm feeding. What am I feeding? Who am I feeding? Oh, darn it! I'm feeding somebody. I'm feeding the fuel to the fire. How about let's go there? I'm adding fuel to the fire. Oh, the people saw it. They started, they started burning. Oh, let me add some more. Oh, and then the third person some more, and then I'll add more. Sometimes there are reasons to be mad, to be angry, to voice that opinion. But sometimes it's just laziness, right? Sometimes we just and it just we can do better. We all can do better. And yeah. Lisa, you're right. And I'm going to take that. In two ways. Sometimes last. Oh, geez, if I left. Sorry, Brenda. I didn't mean to leave your comment up for the last hour and a half there. Oops. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes less is more. And I agree with that. I think sometimes you can make your impact, or an impact can be made without going over and over and over. And I'm going to take that a second way and say sometimes less is more. Maybe this is about time for me to wrap up. So, bless you. Yes, content creators should sometimes create. We're not content repeaters. We're not that. We're not that. We're not just here to, so and so said this, so I'm going to say this too. But I'm going to put my spin on it by saying that means this. No, it does. No, it doesn't. And there's so much of that. There's just we are not the only community that does that, that has this problem, but we sure as hell do a really good job of sucking at it. It's just unnecessary. Um, oh shit, Lisa, sorry. I don't know what I meant. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I misinterpreted. I'm sorry. Anyway. That's all I got. Oh, so in conclusion, if you can't communicate well, you probably can't be friends. But understand that it's the lack of it's a breakdown in communication, and it's not other things. I'm learning that, and turkey tastes good. Gobble gobble. Oh, I know you didn't, Lisa. I know you didn't, but I took it that way. Do me a favor, everybody have a good night. Please, just to get the algorithm fresh and so fresh and so clean, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you want to join the wonderful OSA, join OSA by clicking join. I'm one level, $2.99 a month. Still getting stuff squared away. But at the end of the day, I'll be completely honest. It's as much as it is about the clicks and the views, because that's why we're here. I mean, I could find other things to do if I wasn't getting some clicks and some views and some monetization. It's about just making sure that, we're communicating, actually. So, Scott, you've, I don't know where to start, my friend. There's a few things going on here. So, oh yeah, look at that, Terry. I didn't take you off. If you want me to, I will. But yeah, you've been a Blue Wrench babe since like day 1 or 2 or something. So, hey there, Chad. Good to see you. I talked about us earlier, so about the early days. So if you want to hear your name again, go back and listen. Or I could just do this: Clearwater Chad, Clearwater Chad, Clearwater Chad. There, now you just heard your name 3 times. So I'm gonna head out. I appreciate all of you, and I do thank everybody who was here. And if my ramblings made any sense, please throw me a quick comment down in the comments to let me know that I'm not nuts, or if I am nuts, throw me a quick comment to tell me I'm nuts. I'm okay with that. What's the old saying? Snooches, booches. Out. I left off. Out. Oh, sorry. Like, what? What'd you miss, Brad? What'd you miss, Brad? I got it. All right, everybody. Lisa, you too. Thank you. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk soon. If I can make this work. Sometimes it gets moody on me here. Oh no, it's gonna work. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Darn it. 2,